The tool we used, Visual Studio, is an integrated development environment, or an IDE. The goal of an IDE is to put together all of the tools and functionality that you need to build an application into one place, to make it very easy to get to the things that you need to do. Visual Studio comes with a tremendous number of tools, but some of the obvious ones are an editor. So you can edit C# files inside of Visual Studio. You can also edit Visual Basic and configuration files and XML files. Visual Studio knows how to run the C# compiler, or more importantly, it knows how to instruct projects to build themselves, and then it's the projects that can in turn run the C# compiler. And that means you can have a C# project and a Visual Basic project and an F# project all inside of the same solution. Visual Studio knows how to delegate the work to get those things to build and produce the assemblies that you need for your application. There's also a debugger inside of Visual Studio, so if something isn't working right in your application, you can press F10 and step through the code inside of your application line by line and inspect variables and see what their values are and see what each statement and expression in C# is doing. There's also a variety of testing tools inside of Visual Studio. There are unit testing tools that let you exercise your code and see if it produces the expected results. And some versions of Visual Studio even let you test web applications so that it can automate the sending out of network requests and processing the response and making sure that it sees the expected HTML. You can spend quite a bit of time just finding and figuring out how to use all these different features inside of Visual Studio. My suggestion is always to start with the text editor and find out what it can do, because it's usually the text editor where you're going to be spending most of your time.